Hi guys, my name is Tyson Rose and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be giving you a drag makeup look tutorial. I'll be transforming myself from a regular old boy in Tasmania to sunny_days on Instagram. So if you want to see me transform from this to this. Alright guys, so now I've got you zoomed in a little bit closer and I've got my fabulous head cap on. I am going to go straight in with my moisturiser, grabbing a nice blob of that and just really slathering my face in this moisturiser. I really do believe that having a really nice hydrated moisturised face is always the best first step to go in with to really get your makeup looking 110%. Straight after my moisturiser, I like to go straight in with primer. For primer today, I'm actually using the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. This is actually amazing for moisturizer. I learnt this trick from Miss Nikki Tutorials on YouTube, and I really loved to just slather this on as well and really get it all underneath your eyes, over your nose, and just slather it everywhere, all over your face. Don't miss a single spot. Down your neck. Also guys, if you catch me staring over this way, I actually have a mirror here that I am looking at myself in. And I might be like staring off camera here because I'm actually looking at myself in the camera reflection as well. So sorry about that guys. Yeah. After my primer, I like to go straight in with foundation. My foundation bottle is a bit grimy and jacked up at the moment, but this is my ColourPop No Filter foundation. I'm actually using the shade Light 75. Really do love this foundation. I love that it's not too mattifying, but it still has like a dewy effect to it, which is exactly what I'm going for with this drag look today. And I'm just really working this product all into my skin. Now I've got my foundation completely covering my face. I'm going in with my concealer. This is the Juvia's Place concealer. It's really nice, light and full coverage. So I'm just going to place that in the center of my under eye, just like that, and right on the other one too. Applying some on the chin, tip of the nose, bridge of the nose, and center of the forehead. And sometimes I even like to go a little bit on the tip of the jaw, right on the bone right there. Just highlight that point of my face and just a little bit on my brow bone. Going back in with my Morphe sponge, I'm going to start to blend this concealer out, and I really like to keep it right where I put the concealer, so I don't like to try and move around my sponge too much. I like to really just keep it in that place where I've put it, just so it kind of blurs the edges of the concealer. I'm going in to blend out my under eye. I really like to blend out the bottom half of my concealer on my under eye first. And then I like to go up into the eye socket and blend underneath my lower lash line. I'm going for a very like biological woman, fishy type drag look today. So I'm keeping everything quite light and blended. I'm now going to go in with my face powder. I'm using the Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade Fair Light 10. Grabbing my little poof. I'm just going to really pack that powder onto the poof, going straight up underneath my eye. I like to set everywhere where I place the concealer first, just to prevent any creasing. And then I will do the rest of my face. And ladies, don't forget the neck. I am now going straight in with my contour. I am using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I am taking my palette's a bit jacked up because I decided to step on it when it was on my floor. So we'll just ignore that for a minute. I am going in with this shade and this shade, so these two shades, kind of just blending those together, tapping off the excess and going straight in with little dabby motions, kind of just like tapping that contour in I'm starting right at the high point of my temple and bringing it down. Just like that. I like to do very small circular motions to blend out that product. I really like to then bring it up over to my temple and then up onto the forehead. And if anything looks a little bit too harsh, like it does just up on my forehead right there, I like to go in with a matte hard press powder. This is the Fit Me one. And I like to go in with a clean flat top brush, really press into that powder and just blend over that edge. And see, that looks a lot better already. This technique is called veiling, where you put product over the top of a darker product to kind of blend out that edge. I'm now going in to bronze the face. I'm using my Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I'm going in with a kind of rounded fluffy brush. I'm just tapping that into that product and just using large, light-handed circular motion to blend that out. So the contour was there to kind of sculpt the face. This is here to kind of warm up the face and kind of blend out that contour a bit further. I'm going to jump straight into nose contour now. So I'm just taking that bronzer once again with my smaller contour brush with the residual product on it. And I really like to just tap that all over my nose. This probably looks like a really weird way to contour your nose. I also learned this from Miss Nikki Tutorials on YouTube. She likes to really cover her nose in contour or bronzer, really packing that on with packing motions. Really just packing that on the bridge of your nose, going onto the sides of your nose. And it's going to look like I've been digging in the dirt with my nose, but I promise it'll come together in the end. I'm now just going in with my blush. This is like a very nice pinky tone blush, which is going to go very well with my pink look. I'm just using a small brush and just focusing that on the high points of my cheekbone. And I love blush. This is like one of my favorite steps of my makeup routine. So I'm just going to pop that right on there. I'm now going back in with my face powder and back in with my little poof. Really packing that product onto the tip of my poof. And I'm just going to be going straight down the sides of my nose. The closer you bring this powder up, the more snatched your nose will be. So I'm really just going to pack that powder on both sides of my nose. Just to really get that snatched look. I'm also going to be taking this face powder underneath my contour just to clean up that edge. So now I've brought you in a little bit closer. While this face powder kind of sits and bakes on my face, I'm going to be starting my eyebrows. So my eyebrows are actually shaved, obviously, as you can see on both sides, just so it kind of cuts the step of gluing them down. For my brows today, I'll be using the CoverGirl True Naked palette. I like to use eyeshadow colours on my brows just because it's convenient and easy to find. And this is like a really nice neutral palette, so it works well for my eyebrow colour. So I'm just tapping into this shade right here. Tapping off the excess. I'm just going to brush through my brows. Just brushing those hairs up, so we can see what we're working with. Dipping into that product and starting where my eyebrow finishes, I'm going to start to draw a line going straight up, just like that. Then I like to continue that line going straight outwards. And that's kind of where I like to situate my eyebrow. I then like to start the top border, starting from the front of my eyebrow. and just blending that upwards. Just kind of packing that product on as I go. I like to start rounding my arch off here and then connecting the line downwards. Then I like to take more product and just kind of fill that excess space in. It might look a little bit messy right now, but I will go in and clean them out with concealer later. I then like to go in with the darkest shade here, and I like to kind of place that right there where my brow hairs naturally finish, just to darken that area to kind of help disguise the fact that I've only got half a brow. I'm just going to finish the other brow off camera just to save some time, and I'll be back to show you the rest of the look. Now that my eyebrows are slapped on looking very fierce and crazy, I'm going to go in with my NARS Complete Matte Concealer and my flat top concealer brush, and I'm just going to go carve those out. So I'm just heavily dipping into that product, starting right here on my underbrow, working my way up, just carving that out with the concealer. It should look a little something like this. I then like to go in with my concealing blender brush and just kind of blend out that edge. At this point, I like to grab a fluffy brush and just to blend away that bake. Just kind of tap it away. Then I'll just go in with the excess and just kind of tap over my concealer to kind of set that in place. Now we've just baked a ton. I'm going to go in with my setting spray. This is the Makeup Revolution Hydrating Fix setting spray, just to really like hydrate my face, like it says on the bottle, just to kind of make the powder look like my skin, instead of just like a thick face of makeup, even though it's drag and it is a thick face of makeup, but it kind of just makes it look a little more skin-like. I then like to go in with my fan and just kind of fan away. Shout out to James Charles for this Sisters fan. So straight after setting spray, I like to go straight in with my highlighter. This is my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Ice Cold. And I'm just going in with my highlighting brush, dipping in, and this is one of my favorite parts as well. Just focusing that on the high point of my cheekbone, just to give a beautiful glow. I also like to go in with a teensy wincy highlighting brush, dipping into that product and focusing that on the tip of my nose and just kind of patting that out to blend the edges. And then I like to focus that on the bridge of my nose. This will really help pinch the nose and create that beautiful snatched look. I also like to take my highlighter on my Cupid's bow with my tiny brush and just dabbing that on. I've now got you guys zoomed in a little bit closer, and I will be starting on the eyeshadow portion of my drag look today. I will be using the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. Is one of my ultimate favorite eyeshadow palettes for fun, colourful looks. And I will be going in with the shade Bubblegum, which is the brightest pink in the palette. I'm just dipping into that pink shade and starting that off in the outer crease. I am using small circular motions to blend this shade in my crease. If you're missing a bit of pigment, just grab the shade and kind of tap that in. That'll really focus the pigment in that area and then help you blend that out with the small circular motions. I'm just going to be dragging this out to match with my brow, and I'm just going to be flicking that shade outwards to help blend that shade. I'll also be tapping this shade down onto my eyelid just to start to create the shape that I'm going for. I'm now just going in with the shade Virgin, which is the kind of bone white shade, with a fluffy packing brush. And I'm just going to be tapping that right on my brow bone. I'm now just going in with the same pink brush, and I'm dipping into Good Morning which is the light pink shade in the palette. And I'm just gonna blend that edge where the white meets the pink. I'm just using a very light hand and using small circular motions to do so. I'm also just taking that light pink shade and working it in the inner corner of my crease, just to kind of round that area off and just to kind of blend and fade that pink inwards. I'm now just going in with a small detailed eyeshadow brush, and I'm also straying from the Jeffree Star palette for a moment, and I'm dipping into Life's a Drag by Manny MUA. And I'm dipping into the shade Shady, which is the blackest black in the palette. I'm focusing this color right on the outer corner of my lid. Just lightly tapping that shade in, and I'm going to be blending it up into my crease. You want to be very careful with this color because it is black, so it will ruin your makeup if you go too heavy. I'm just going to drag that shade out just a tad, just like this, just using that kind of flicky motion again, not taking it out too far. I like to just take it out to that point, blending it up into my crease. And I'm just going to be packing that halfway over my eyelid as well. I'm just going in with a clean, small, detailed brush, dipping back into the shade Bubblegum to further blend out that line where the black meets the pink. I'm just using small, scratchy motions to blend that out. I'm now just going back in with my fluffy brush with the shade Bubblegum, and I'm just going to be kind of fluffing that crease out just to further blend that colour. I kind of want the eyeshadow to look something like this. I'm now just going in with a flat top packing brush, and I'm dipping into the shade Cotton Candy, which is this shade right here. Really packing that shade onto the brush. I'm just going to spritz my brush with some setting spray and just tapping that shade right on the center of my eyelid. And I'm kind of just using a tapping motion to kind of blend and feather that out on the lid. And now using a smaller flat top eyeshadow brush, I'm just dipping into the shade Jawbreaker, which is the light shimmery shade. And I'm just going to pack that in the inner corner. I'm now just starting the lower lash line, going back with my small detail brush into the black shade. Just taking that right down the outside corner of my lower lash line, kind of joining it up to the black at the top lash line, and just kind of blending that down. I'm only going to take this shade halfway across my lower lash line just to kind of match the top. Now dipping into the pink shade Bubblegum, blending that at the front of my lower lash line. I'm just dipping back into the shimmery shade Jawbreaker and packing that right on the inner corner of my lower lash line. Dipping into that pink again, I'm just blending in the lower part of the black on the outer corner. So that is my eyeshadow on one eye complete. I'm going to complete the other eye off camera just to save some time, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that I've got both of my eyeshadow done, I'm going to go back in with my highlighter and my teeny tiny brush, and I'm just going to tap right in the inner corner just to give my inner corner a bit of a pop. Oh, look at the difference of that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, it's nice, it's different, I like it, it's unusual. So I'm now just going to go straight in with mascara. I am using the Roller Lash Benefit mascara and just get like a nice black coating on my eyelashes. I'm also just going to pop that mascara on my lower lash line as well. Don't you just hate when that happens? Oh. It's okay, we'll scratch it off with my spoolie later on. Healthy tip. I'm just going to go in with a teeny bit of concealer and just tap over that. Just going in with a tiny bit of face powder to set that concealer. And it's like it never happened. Yeah. I'm now just moving on to lips. I want to do a nude lip today. So I'm just going in with my brown lip. This is Revlon Superstar Brown, and I'm just going to be taking that with my lip brush. Starting in the inner corner and drawing up the lip. I'm just going to go in with the actual lipstick and kind of fill in where I haven't applied. Tapping the lips and applying to the bottom lip. I'm just going in with a nude shade. This is Birthday Suit by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm just going to tap that in the center of my lips. And then just going in with a fluffy brush and dabbing that edge to blend it out. Oh, that was not good. I'm just going in with my brown liner. This is Ruby Liner. I actually purchased this at Cotton On. It's their Cotton On brand. And I'm just going to be placing this right on top of my beauty mark that I already have. So I'm now just going to be moving on to eyelashes. These eyelashes that I'm going to be using today are actually custom made eyelashes by yours truly. So I can't remember what brands they actually are. But they are fluffy, they are spiky, and they are delectable. I will be going in with the Ardell Lash Grip Eyelash Glue, and I will be squirting out a decent amount onto the lash band. Just getting a blob on there, using the tip of the glue applicator and just kind of spreading that out. It looks like a lot, but that's what you need when you're doing drag. You need a nice thick amount of glue so your eyelashes don't go flying off in the middle of the stage. I then like to grab my other lash and kind of share the love. I like to blow on my lashes just to speed up the process. You really want your lashes to get nice and tacky. Before the glue completely gets tacky on this lash, I like to hold the lashes up against my lash line, stamp that eyelash on, leaving a layer of glue along the top lash line. I then just leave my lashes to sit to get tacky, and the glue on my eyelids like to get tacky as well, and then it's like a magnet when you go to stick your lashes on. Now I go in with my lash, starting in the inner corner, stick that right on. And then I like to give the outer corner a bit more of a lift where that black eyeshadow was. I then like to go in with my fingertips and kind of press my real lashes up against the fake ones and kind of just get them to stick together to make it look a little bit more realistic. I then like to go in with my liner and just place that right in the inner corner to connect my lash line with the eyelash band, and that kind of just makes a big difference to kind of connect it to make it look like they're your lashes. I'm just going to go in with my setting spray one last time to kind of seal the deal. This is the makeup portion of my drag look all complete. I'm just going to jump off camera, chuck on my wig, my outfit to put together the full look, and that will be this drag look all complete. And alright guys, this is my drag look all complete. I hope you enjoyed this drag tutorial. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is sunny_days. Otherwise you could follow me on my makeup page, which is Tyson_Rose_makeup. So if you guys loved this video, please put a big thumbs up underneath and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would mean a lot to me. I love you all. Bye guys.